Hey, what are you two doing here?
We just heard about the fire next door.
We knew you were coming back here. We just wanted to make sure you're okay.
I'm fine. We only had smoke and water damage here, mainly in the kitchen, but the bike shop was gutted.
I overheard one of the firemen talking. He said that Lucky Spencer died. Is that true?
I'm afraid so. You knew him?
Yeah. We worked at the nurses' ball last year. He was a great kid. He had a great sense of humor, you know, always joking around.
Yeah, I noticed that the few times I met him when he popped in to see Mike.
How's Mike taking it?
Pretty hard.
No matter how many times I've dealt with death, when it's a kid, it's incomprehensible.
Must be the worst pain imaginable to lose your child.
See him back?
Well, he was on his way to see Lucky's dad, but you still might be able to catch him.
So I'll be back in a minute.
You okay, Karen?
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, this, along with finding the strip club matches in Joe's locker, must have you wondering which way is up. Did you confront Joe?
Seemed pretty petty under the circumstances.
You were so upset.
That was before. Now I have a different perspective. I think I would rather just drop the whole thing.
All right, I have to get to work, but before I go, I want to make sure we understand our little business arrangement.
I'm all ears.
Okay, I smuggle Baby out, and you give me the DL-56 patent proceeds.
That's right.
Good. And how did that split go? Was it 70-30?
70 for me, 30 for you.
That was the other way around, wasn't it?
It was 50-50. But nice try, Chris. It's good to know some things haven't changed.
Well, you can't blame a guy for trying. You know, we should put this all down in writing. Make it nice and legal.
Ah, fine by me. But there is one tiny glitch.
Well, how tiny?
I don't control my own funds.
Who does?
Lee Baldwin. He was put in charge of all of my legal and financial affairs when I was declared incompetent.
Julie, Lee Baldwin fought like crazy to get me kicked out of GH after the super flu outbreak. There's no way he's gonna let me in on the patent proceeds.
Aw, come on, Chris. You're really good at working people. You'll figure something out. Okay, something old.
Ah, old. My lace garter.
Okay, check. Something new.
My ring.
Oh, okay, check. Borrowed?
Uh-oh.
I have some pearl earrings.
Oh, that'd be great.
That
Thank
good?
you.
Okay, okay,
So
good.
nice.
Check. And something blue.
Blue. Can I get away with green?
Well, you can't make green without blue, so I think that's fine.
Check.
Monk, here's one. Debbie Do and the Don'ts. It's a fun name for a band, huh? Have you ever heard of them?
Nope.
Sam Springs and the Sound of Strings. Violins would be lovely, wouldn't they?
Are you still worried about Lucy?
What about Lucy?
Scott called from New York. Lucy never made it back to the hotel after her talk show taping.
Scott hasn't yet called back as he said he would, so we're a little concerned.
Well, you know what I'll bet happened? I'll bet that she probably ran into an old friend of hers and just started talking and talking and talking, going on like she always does, and lost track of time. And then by the time she got back to the hotel and everything was fine, Scott just forgot to call.
You're probably right. But I think I'll call again just to make sure.
Good idea.
Darling, come look and see if you like this color scheme. Right. All right.
Scott Baldwin's room, please. Did he leave a number where he could be reached? All right. Eve, I need a pen.
Oh.
Eve?
Oh.
Eve?
can't tell Lee about the baby.
Well, maybe if he knew you weren't as, out of touch with reality as he thinks.
No, nobody can know that. But I have an idea. What if I tell Lee that I've been haunted by the memory of my evil father, and that a big part of my recovery depends on rectifying his misdeeds?
Okay, I like where this is going.
I'll tell him that Bennett always took advantage of people. Even me, his own daughter. And that I want to right my father's wrongs.
Well, don't forget to tell him that he never would have got his hands on the rights to DL-56 if it wasn't for my hard work.
So poor Chris deserves the money. I mean, it's rightfully his. We're on track. My little girl will be born, and she'll be free from this awful place.
And I'll be set for life.
If we pull this off, we both get everything we want.
Things are dying down. At least one of the trucks is left.
That's good.
Yeah.
Listen, Karen, I know what you and Joe discuss is none of my business.
But?
You went the extra mile for me when I was coming off DL-56, and I think that I owe it to you to be honest.
Okay.
I think it's a mistake for you not to confront Joe about the strip club.
You do?
I don't want to see you remain in a bad situation.
You think I'm in a bad situation?
Don't get me wrong. I'm as baffled by this as you are. On one hand, I can't imagine my brother sneaking around behind your back, but on the other hand, evidence is piling up.
No, there's got to be some logical explanation.
Do you want me to keep an eye on him for a couple days?
You mean follow him around?
It might be the only way to get to the truth.
No, that's not the answer.
You have a better idea?
I hate what's happening to me, Frank. I was actually considering going through Joe's pockets to see if there's some confirmation of this secret life that he's leading. But I tell you, I'm not going to live like that. I won't. Life is too short and it's too fragile to go around not trusting those that you love.
Oh, it's also too short to waste on someone who may not be telling you the truth.
I have to believe Joe when he says that he's not cheating on me. When he says that somebody is trying to come between us.
Who would do that?
Well, the only logical explanation is Courtney.
I don't think Courtney would go through the trouble.
Oh, come on, Frank.
Not that she doesn't have it in her. I just don't think that she would jeopardize her relationship with Neil, no matter how much she might want Joe.
I am not going to be in a relationship where I'm not trusting my partner. I did it before. I'm not going to do it again. I have to have faith in Joe.
Just trying to be a friend.
Now, I'm surprised at your reaction to all of this. I thought you would have stood behind Joe.
Oh, I am. I am. I'm trying to make sense of this myself. I'm sorry if I fed into your paranoia.
Paranoia about what?
Well, I found these in your locker.
Her pulse is fast and thready, but her pupils are equal.
Have you eaten today?
What, me skip a meal? Surely you jest.
Would you like me to make some herb tea? Ginseng, peppermint?
No, thanks. I'm okay. You know what? I didn't eat too much today, so maybe that's what happened.
Have you been checked out since your fall in the avalanche?
Yes, I have been, and they told me I was healthy as a horse.
Well, this could still be related to your concussion.
That's right.
You know what, you guys? I stood up too fast, and I got a little woozy. I'm fine. It's just a case of an overworked resident. That's all it is. See? I'll stand up right now.
Oh, all right, that's it. I think we should go down to the hospital and find out what's going on.
Oh, that's pretty drastic for a fainting spell.
The Eve Lambert I know doesn't have fainting spells.
Why are doctors always the worst patients? You would have ordered an ER assessment if this happened to anybody else.
Because I know how I feel. And it's exhaustion. It's not head trauma.
I wouldn't dismiss this so blithely if I were you. I'd hate for you to make the same mistake I did.
And what mistake would that be?
When I was a much younger man, I spent a little time playing semi-pro ball for the Hollywood stars.
I knew you played ball, but I didn't know it was in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. That's while I was seeing Kim
Kim who?
Novak. We were playing Sacramento. I was at shortstop. We were up to bottom of the 8th. Our pitcher sent a fastball down the center of the plate at the precise moment when a bug flew into my eye and distracted me, and all of a sudden, thwack! I got hit in the head with a line drive. I knocked out cold.
How terrible.
Well, I came to. I felt fine and rejoined the game. Nothing happened until about 2 weeks later over drinks at the Formosa, when I felt nauseous and dizzy, just as you did earlier. All of a sudden, I keeled over, passed out. I was in a coma for 2 days.
How awful.
The point is, if I'd only had the good sense to get myself checked out after the accident, none of this would have happened.
All right, I'll go to the hospital.
Good, let's go right now.
You need company.
No, we'll call as soon as we know something. Easy.
Listen, I'm sure everything's gonna be fine.
Kim Novak, huh?
Kim Schmim. She couldn't hold a candle to Mary Scanlon.
So let me get this straight.
There's
You went
nothing-
into my locker to put Neil's vitamins in his backpack, and you found these?
Yes, and I was thrown at first, but then I remembered what you told me after that whole incident with the redhead.
Oh, right, about trusting each other.
Yes, and so I chose to let it go.
Well, this has gone on too long. It's time we take action.
What kind of action?
I'm calling Garcia.
You're calling the police because of a book of matches in
Frank,
your
this
locker?
has turned into harassment, all right? Maybe the cops can catch who's ever pulling this crap.
Getting mighty worked up over matches in your locker, aren't you, bro? Sure you're not hiding something?
That is a crock, and you know it, all right? It's not just about the matches. Somebody broke into my car and left underwear and made sex calls from our phone. That is breaking and entering.
Yeah, I know you're just trying to lighten things up, Frank, but Joe is right. Someone's going through an awful lot of trouble just to try to set him up. It's time we figured out who it is.
Thank you for coming so quickly.
I didn't realize you had company.
I asked Chris to join us.
Oh?
I want to compensate him for the misery my father caused.
Compensate? How?
By giving him half the proceeds from the DL56 patent. He did the work. He deserves to benefit from it. I'd like this to take effect starting September 1st. Please honor my request.
Have you given this careful consideration?
I have. I know I don't have much left for my father's estate. But I did inherit this patent, and I want to split it with Chris. I've thought it through. It's fair, and I feel strongly about it. Please draw up the contract.
Dear, I don't believe it's proper for us to be discussing this in front of Chris.
You know what? That's really no problem. I have to get to work. I'm on call tonight. Julie, thank you. Thank you very much for wanting to do the right thing. I trust I'll be hearing from you.
It is my job to look after your best interests, Julie.
And I appreciate that.
Well, I don't believe that going into partnership with Chris Ramsey is wise.
It's what I want.
There is something more to this, isn't it? Why don't you tell me the real reason behind this so-called partnership?
There is something I'll be getting in return for helping Chris.
Which is?
My sanity back.
Did Chris put that idea into your head?
No, the idea was mine. I've come to realize that my father was not the perfect man I once believed him to be. He was manipulative, power-hungry, self-obsessed. He hurt a lot of people. And I feel like it's crucial to my recovery to right as many of my father's wrongs as I can, and I want to start with Chris.
Why him, of all people?
He used to be my friend. And my father betrayed him.
The only way I'm getting out of this place is if I'm transferred to a prison cell. I won't need the money, so why not give half of it to Chris?
Well, what about setting up a charity instead? Or making donations to the victim's family?
That's a lovely idea. But the money belongs to Chris. He worked on DL-56, and Bennett Devlin stole the patent out from under him. Please, do this. It would mean so much to me.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I think Chris is trying to take advantage of you.
It's my money, damn it. I can do whatever I want with it.
Julie, I have been declared your guardian under the supervision of the surrogate court.
So?
So you can't make that kind of a decision without my consent.
Then consent.
I cannot in good conscience allow you to go into business with Chris Ramsey.
Hey. I heard about the fire in Mike's motorcycle shop. Is there any news on how it started, or?
No, not yet, unfortunately.
Well, I just thought you should know. When I tried to listen in on Chris earlier, there was no connection.
Big deal, he's probably out.
No, it wasn't like that. There was no sound at all, Frank. Literally, no connection. I think Chris found the bug.
Old news.
No, before we just suspected. Now I'm almost certain that... Frank, hello. Are you here with me?
Karen and Joe just left.
At each other's throats?
Hand in hand. She has more faith in him now than she did before I planted the matches in his locker.
Would somebody please tell me this is not my life?
Oh, but it is, Precious. I tried to plant doubts about Joe's fidelity, but she wouldn't even bite.
If I have to hear another sickening word about true blue Karen, I think
you
I'll
wouldn't even know what
scream.
that was like, would you, Courtney? Loyalty? You ever heard of it? That's what Karen has. That's what makes her so special. My brother has no idea how lucky he is.
My, oh my. You do have a crush, don't you?
I'm just saying, there is no way that Karen will ever believe that Joe's messing around on her. She'd have to catch him red-handed.
Well then, that's exactly what she'll do.
So what'd you find out?
Well, the firemen were able to contain the blaze to the motorcycle shop, but Lucky Spencer was killed.
That's horrible. I don't know much about that kid, but for someone to lose their life with so much ahead of them, it's just... Oh, it's not fair. Did you know him?
Not very well, mainly through Lucy. She's good friends with Lucky's father. Just realized wherever Lucy is, she probably doesn't know anything about this.
You know, the results of my MRI could take a while, so why don't you go check on Lucy? See if Scott knows anything.
Victor knows where to find us if something happens. Now, I'm not leaving until your MRI results are back.
I promise I won't slip into any comas while you're gone.
I'm staying. End of conversation.
Good news. No hemorrhaging, no damage. Everything checked out fine.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your chart.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pauly.
See, I told you I'm just pooped.
Fine. Then let's go on back and we'll get tucked into bed.
Oh, before we go, though...
Well, Eve, you need rest.
I know I do, but I just want to check on Sebastian while I'm here. It'll only take a couple minutes, please.
If I argued, would I win?
No.
All right. I'll try and reach Scott, and we'll meet back here in 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
All right.
Hey.
Hey.
Didn't think you were working till morning.
I just want to check on Sebastian, then I'm out of here.
Lucky you. I just came on.
Hi, this is Dr. Lambert. Could you please have Sebastian Dupree's chart sent up to the 6th floor nurses station? Thank you.
Wish all my cases were this easy.
What's that?
Take a look. Patient came in feeling faint, nauseous, and dehydrated. Doesn't have a fever and can't figure out what's wrong.
So, what's your diagnosis, doctor?
Duh. She's probably pregnant.
Tonight, there'll be no telling reality from the imaginary when Penn and Teller bring their magic to home improvement. Then on a bold episode of The Hughleys, DL learns the toughest of all about life in the suburbs. ABC tonight.